Okay guys, to recap, I am Joe and this is a tutorial all about using a Mac. So, this is the interesting lesson. This is where we learn how to go through some frequent tasks. So, in the last lesson, just to recap, we found out that Windows and a Mac PC, Mac machines are not that different after all, even though they're dressed so differently here in this picture. Um, so yeah, in the final lesson we'll be just looking at how easy it is, now knowing um, that it's easy. We'll just find out how easy it is to browse the internet, open Word, save a file and put that file onto a USB key. So, let's get out of this, and again, just to go through the minimizing controls here. If you have a window that's too small, you can press the green button in the top left hand board corner and it maximizes. The red button, of course, X's out of the window, and the yellow button minimizes. So that's our PowerPoint just gone down to the dock there. So we now need to go browsing the internet. So we go down here to the dock. One of the most frequently used applications is Safari. So this is the easiest way to get into Safari. Another way, however, is simply by going to Finder and typing in Safari. So a little Finder control up here in the top right is a very easy way to just type in what you need. So again, just click in and you got it. So another way again is to go into Finder, much like you'd click My Computer, and then go into Applications. It has a section of its own. And so you can see here there's all sorts of applications, some other web browsers. The one we're interested in using is Safari, which is on every single Mac computer. Okay, so you're on the internet and you want to do something. Let's say you want to do some shameless self-promotion and you want to look up the IDT Students' Union. So we fire onto the website hoping that it works, and sure enough it does. You're looking through all the information, it's all very interesting. You look at all the competition pages, all of the events on, it's brilliant. Now you want to take some of this information away and print it off, show it to somebody else. So you select your text or content as you wish, and so I'm just clicking and dragging, same as you would in a Windows machine, just grabbing text, and then I'm just going to do this on the screen now, and I will explain how it's done. To right click on a Mac machine, you simply hold down Control on the keyboard and then click on the screen where you want to copy the text or image. And so right here we have all the options that a right click would bring up. So you can look up all of these words in the dictionary, or you could copy. So that text is now copied, and we are sure of that when we search for our Word program. So again, simplest way of doing it is to go into the Finder icon up here in the top right and type Word, and sure enough the top hit is Microsoft Word. And so as that loads up, just to get this going, you can see it here down the dock as one of the most frequently used apps, and it is bouncing up and down because it's starting up. And so here we are, we're in Word perfectly again. And so again, holding down Control, we can click and the options come up for us to paste, and there is our text from the website. Now, alternatively, you can highlight all of your text and just get rid of it. Now, it's all gone. We can also select up on the top menu bar, Edit, and Paste. Just the same as in a Windows machine. That option is always there. On the top menu bar, you can always select Edit and cut, copy, or paste. So all of these options are always there. Now, also available to you is the use of the command and C to copy. So just to illustrate what I mean, I'm going to select a part of the text, and the command button is also known as the cloverleaf button. It's simply a square with 4 circles at each edge, and simply holding that down and pressing C once, you have copied the selected text. And so we can come down here, and to paste using the very same way, we could paste using the top menu bar, or we could paste holding down Control and clicking using the mouse, or we see here, this is actually a great representation, the cloverleaf, the command key, and V. So it's the very same as on a Windows machine saying Control C and Control V. It simply switched to the command button, which is a cloverleaf, a 4-leafed square. So, just to illustrate that, cloverleaf V. And there it is. So that is how you can copy text from the internet browser, Safari, or copy images or whatever you wish. And we just quit out of Safari, paste your text into Word. And so when it's in Word, you can choose to save it. So we're going to File, same as we would in Windows, go to Save As. So it comes up with a very different idea of how to save the document, but it's largely just minimized. So it looks different from Windows, but it's just saying, how do you want to save as? And so here you would enter your file name. Let's call it Mac to Windows. And then you can choose, this looks a little bit more like the Windows options. You can choose where that lies. And so we can choose to save it in Documents, underneath Work. That's perfect. Now, you can choose your format. All of the options are there, just the same. Now, for this demonstration, I want to save it to the desktop. So I've just selected desktop. I don't need to select any folders because the desktop has been selected over in Places on the left. And now I simply save. And sure enough, you can see over here on the right, my new document is saved onto the desktop. So, getting out of this really quickly, we're out of Word, we're out of Finder. Now, I'm going to plug in my USB key.